What's happening?
Hello.
I am Skokie G.
I'm sick.
That's her. That's her
I'm
name.
Slade Vegas.
And it's time to hit the G spot. Slade has been sick for about a week.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It's very annoying. I've been missing her because she has been sick.
I've been present.
Yeah.
Not like
But-
I went to some desert island.
No.
I've just been in a cold medicine induced coma.
Yeah. So not yourself. So that's why.
No, not
Today
at all.
you're starting to show yourself.
Yeah, today was fun.
Kind of went out and about and did stuff.
Got
Stuff and things.
hair dye,
Yes.
mascara that's not worth it.
Tell us about that store we went to get you
Which
get the
one?
makeup and the hair dye.
Oh, that was really loud. I'm
In-
sorry. No, it's just
No, it's just.
what?
You said no, it's just. When I
You're
asked
talking about the hair supply
Yeah.
store.
It's a cool place.
Oh, it's just they carry all types of hair products for all ethnicities, which I guess is kind of hard to find.
Right, and you don't need a license.
No, it's a wholesaler for like the general public, so
That's
you
really
can you
cool.
can't get like there's certain things you still can't get, but
Right.
I mean,
As opposed to
my
going
hair
to
color you can still
Sally's.
get. Well, no, Sally's is still shit anyways too.
Yeah.
It's not like a Cosmo Pro or like a Maylee's. But no, we got hair dye. We got complimented in the parking lot.
Yeah, that was.
But they were like young girls, right?
Mhm.
Smoking a blunt. Did you see that? Like they were smoking
I
a
didn't-
blunt,
I didn't
and
see
they
it,
were
I
with the
smelt it.
grandma.
Yeah,
I thought that was funny.
yeah. They liked us. What did they say?
They liked our style. They
liked
thought
our
it was
style.
cool that we were together.
They made sure like you two are together, right? We should have said no.
I know, right?
Like,
Who the fuck are you?
You know, I'm wearing your name on my shirt today.
I thought that was cute that
It's
you
my
did that.
Sid Vicious Slade shirt. When I was in a group called Deadly Seven and the Cunts, I went by. I had to have a persona, so I was Vicious Cunt. That was
Yeah.
my name, Vicious, because I was the bass player, and it was like this, like trippy, not trippy, more like a electro punk sounding
Yeah.
type metal.
But you were
music.
like the Sid Vicious.
Yeah,
type
so
character.
my way of adding to my character, I took fake blood because the Deadly Seven, there was lots of fake blood
was
everywhere.
titties and fake blood.
Titties and fake blood and.
It was like shock
stuff.
gore or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
But yeah, I wrote Slade. I acted like it was carved in my chest. But this is before I had a chest piece.
Yeah.
So I did.
Was it really?
Yeah, I had the name tattoo.
But you didn't have the roses yet?
No roses at the time. Now I have a full chest
How
tattoo
funny.
piece. So, well, today we wanted to talk about the comeback of the 90s, like,
The pop culture
Pop culture,
generational like I've just noticed it's funny because I noticed the trend of wearing jellies. I
jellies.
don't okay, so you do remember jellies.
I do remember those.
Jellies were like my favorite thing, and I also remember like a certain gap of like wearing bell bottoms
God.
and certain throwbacks of the 70s that we wore. Like our parents were from that generation,
Of the
right? Of
yeah,
the 70s, 60s,
yes.
70s.
Yeah.
So I'm noticing now that it goes every 20 years or so, right? Because the kids, the teenagers now, their parents were probably brought like our age,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So they're wearing shit that like flannel and they're listening to cassette tapes.
Yeah, you told me about that.
I
today.
think
People,
that's kind of cool, to be honest, but fuck, I wish I never threw mine away.
screw that. I love my iPod and
You like
the
digital
gigs
music.
upon gigs of music. Because I'm the type of person when I'm in the car and I listen. I always do shuffle. Very rarely do I listen to an album or something. But of course, I spend the whole fucking car ride. Let's say it's 20 minutes. Pushing next.
Right.
I probably
We are
listen
never
to
in
one
agreement
song
of our iPod
Yeah.
shuffle.
But then, yeah, like if I'm without my iPod and I have to listen to the radio, I'm like, oh, a song comes on that is on my iPod. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. I make no sense whatsoever.
I was never, to go back to like the portable music,
Mm-hmm.
I hated my Discman.
Oh.
I never liked Discman because even if you had the shock absorbent one,
Mm-hmm.
it still skipped.
Hmm.
I never I always loved my cassette player. Like my Casio,
Yeah.
I had a Casio cassette player. It was yellow and orange.
Ah.
And I love that thing. And the shitty little headphones they came with the foam covers.
Oh, yeah. Gosh.
I love those things.
Remember those.
I think my first cassette
I know mine.
mine was Neil Diamond.
Ooh, that's way better than mine.
Really?
Mine was the Achy Breaky Heart.
Shut up. The Billy Ray
The
Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus. I didn't buy it, but I remember, like, 'cause I used to have, like, one of those carrying cases for tapes.
Oh, the big one?
Yeah, it had,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, probably, like, 20 cassettes. Oh, my goodness. And I had that. That was, like, one of my first ones. I can't.
Yeah.
A couple other ones. And, like, a New Kids on the Block one and stuff like that.
See, and I
love New Kids.
when I started working, not my first job, my second job was in a music store in the mall. Like I
Oh.
was a total
That's very 90s right there.
yeah.
That's a 90s
Well, I mean,
job to have.
it was
The 90s
it was
job.
kind of like Empire Records because the company was going under because
Oh.
it was outdated,
Yeah.
and so we were getting rid of cassettes. Like as I started working, that was in 97.
Wow.
Yeah. So in 97, we were getting rid of the cassettes
97 was a good year.
and merging fully over to CDs.
Cool.
Well, we still had records, but that was
Nice.
for like the uber cool person,
Yeah.
I guess.
I never had anything like that. All the closest I ever got was when I was going to college for broadcasting, and we radio stations would get CDs, or like singles, like all the
Right.
singles you would hear of each group or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And they just, once you pop it into the computer, because we're going into the digital age at the time,
Yeah.
they were just there. So we were able to take a bunch of those as.
Oh, I
thought
hell
that was kinda
remember
cool.
any promotional CD that came in. We
Mhm.
also got cassettes. I really wish I kept those.
That's so fun.
I
can't
used
get
to
over
keep.
cassettes.
I know,
Coming
right?
back.
Well, but I mean, it makes sense, and they're cheaper to mass produce now. So like, garage bands, right?
Yeah.
They're actually producing cassettes as opposed to CDs.
Well, it's funny that you said that. Now that I'm thinking, when I went down to LA last year to do the metalslut.com show with Zoch,
Yeah.
we were on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Uh-huh.
Santa Monica Boulevard. We were looking for a comic shop because everybody in the band were all comic nuts. And I don't even remember the name of the one that we went to. But right next door was a record shop that was records and cassettes only. And I was going, wow, this is kind of cool, but how the hell am I going to play this? The only place I can do is in my car.
I know, right? Because we both still have like.
Early 2000 cars that had tape decks. That's so funny, though. But, yeah, the looks of the 90s, like, it's so funny because I make fun.
Is it really funny? Is it so funny?
It's so fun.
It's
No.
so funny.
Tell me about a place. No, it's just that we're not making any sense.
You just said it's so funny like 4 times. So I was
It's
mocking
so hilarious that I'm such a fan of the 90s because people who I make fun of those 80s people, and I have a lot of friends that are they're my age, and they're like, you need to bring the 80s back. And
Fuck the 80s,
yeah,
man.
and there were a lot of good music, a lot of good things happening in the 80s, of course. I don't know, I'm so tired of
There's-
the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's.
But rock music does not need to make a comeback.
It's like, I get I was born in the 80s, but
Grew up in the 90s.
grew up in the 90s. I mean, 2000s were just a bunch of weird fucking. Did you ever look at back at MTV Music Awards during the early 2000s?
I think
it's
funny.
fucking confusing.
I think it's funny that they still have that.
Have what?
Have the music award, MTV Video Music Award show.
Oh,
what fucking videos? Where are they other than on on the artist's website?
I know, right? They don't even release. You know what's funny? Okay, Lady Gaga just released her GUI. Yeah, it's called GUI song.
Okay.
And she released it on, I believe, CBS. And it was a 2-minute preview to the video that was full release, a 7-minute video on Vimeo. So
Vimeo, okay.
she didn't even release her music on the Music Television Network.
Well, now it stands for Media Television or some shit.
Oh, and see, I don't even care.
I don't care.
The MTV, do you remember Fuse?
Yeah.
It was the non-cable music network.
Right.
That shit was cool to me because that was where I remember seeing all the Riot Girl shit, all the lowbrow garage band shit of the 90s, and all the punk stuff I ever really liked was on Fuse. That's where I figured out what Offspring was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I had never.
When I was younger, the album, I don't even know the album, the one with Bad Habit.
Yeah.
That album was one of my childhood albums.
Uh-huh.
I used to think that Nirvana and Offspring were the same.
Oh, really?
I thought
God,
I did.
loud.
Even though the CD's right there, it was my brother's. It's mine now. What?
Theft.
I just thought that was Nirvana. I didn't know because I don't know. I was very stupid when it came to music because
you were really young when those albums came out. Though.
Yeah, I had my brother. I didn't have a father around, so my brother was the male person that I looked up to because I was big into. He's huge into hip hop.
Yeah.
So forth. So I
were
was.
You, yeah.
So that's what it was for me up until high school when friends of mine showed me rock music stuff. But don't get me wrong, I still love hip hop.
No,
that's
but
why I love
that's
funk.
another great thing about the 90s is the R&B and the hip hop was awesome.
Yeah.
There was a huge amount of music because it was that weird come down from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember so many cool bands and artists coming out of that time frame in that genre of music.
You know what? Yeah, because you had in the late 90s, the Limp Bizkit bands.
Oh,
and
so
stuff
I'm
like
not
that.
I'm not even gonna talk about that shit because I hated that.
I didn't like them.
I absolutely hated it.
I don't, but I like the idea of mixing genres.
Well, yeah, I like the idea of mixing
groups.
genres, but you don't have to be a douchebag about it.
Yeah, that's why that.
I like Wes Borland.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, I love him.
Yeah.
But I hate Fred Durst.
Mm.
So to me, it didn't weigh out. So I just never really liked that kind.
Like when Korn in the 90s were I remember it was a thing.
I think Korn did it better because they they intermixed better than Fred Durst did.
Well, I was also a huge, still am a huge Deftones fan.
Do you know Deftones has singer?
Their new singer.
No. The singer of Deftones, I can't remember his name.
I don't know his name.
There's people listening to this going, damn it, it's this.
And I'm
he has a new, I think it's called Crossed, is his new project, and it's electric metal kind of sounding.
I'll check it out.
I like it, where I never really cared for the Deftones, all that, I didn't care one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
This one, maybe it's a little more homogenized. It doesn't sound quite as hard or quite as
raw.
Edgy. Yeah, it's not as raw. It's more
all,
produced sounding.
Produced, okay.
Yeah. But his voice is still the same. I mean, there's nothing changed about his voice.
That's I've loved them forever. Not forever. Ever since, like I said, high school was
the
time.
Matrix soundtrack is what introduced me to them, which I know I'm late to that party.
I was very going to say I was very late to the Korn party because in junior high school, it was funny. People who liked Korn, they were a type of person.
Yeah,
and you didn't want to be friends with them.
They were they were weird. They were weird people.
And then later on, I got into Korn. I really do enjoy.
But
Korn,
they were it's really weird because I remember the kid. Well, at least for me, those were the kids that were skaters.
Yeah.
But they were the metalhead skaters that wore. They kind of they watched The Crow a lot.
Yeah.
And they were they wrote dark poetry.
Yeah.
But like they would beat the living piss out of you if you made fun of them.
And in school, I was just so happy-go-lucky,
Yeah, right,
ignorant
like,
to every fucking thing, even though ignorant and not at the same time. That's
You're
the
just
epitome of me. I things can go over my
blissfully
head,
unaware.
but I know shit. I know stuff. But yeah, I was late to the party, and for Manson. I did not. It was not a thing for me.
I never really.
And then the Matrix soundtrack came out, and that rock is
that was a really good
dead
song
or whatever. I was just like, holy shit, this is cool, because I knew about Manson.
But wasn't that song was post his? Because every album was a phase, right?
Yeah.
Like he was the Antichrist, and then he was androgynous.
Mm-hmm.
Then he was the rock star.
Yeah.
And when he was the rock star is when I liked him the most.
That was cool. It was when I got into him. That was around the time.
Didn't we talk about Manson on the last show?
I don't know, maybe.
I think so.
Did I bring this up saying that? No, I don't think so.
No.
By the time I got into him, Columbine happened. I'm from Colorado.
Yeah.
Columbine in Denver.
Okay.
All that stuff happened, and he was banned.
Being blamed for all of it.
Yeah, all that stupid shit.
With the trench coat mafia stuff.
Yeah, he was banned for a couple of years, and then it's funny now, like he's still doing his thing, which is awesome.
Because they were banned through the church and family, which is what
focus on
the family. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a freaking cult, but whatever.
Well, it's a religious based organization that centers around family values in the Bible.
That's why gambling and sex runs
Bullshit.
this state of Nevada, and it's great. Yeah, no family values here. They tried it in Vegas. It said, "Fuck no, we can't make money off of it."
I don't think they tried ever.
Maybe I think they just said they
Then
did
again, though,
to get more people
Colorado's
here.
making more money on their weed than fucking.
That's true.
Hey, Nevada's right behind them.
Right
though.
behind it, yes.
We just got it. It is legal now.
See, when it comes to that, like, I'm very anti-drugs, like hardcore drugs. Like
straight edge.
I've been. Geez. Well, plus I don't like. I don't like being out of control. I drink, even when I'm drinking and I'm like annihilated. There's some form of control, kind of. I know that sounds stupid, even though there's no control there.
Right.
Whatever. I prefer that.
Well, see, and I'm very pro like experimenting on it.
So like weed's okay because yes, that's from the earth. It's natural and stuff. You can't OD on it. Like I'm like cocaine and heroin. Like I've been.
You don't like the chemically altering,
Since I'm in the world of music, that is there.
You have to deal with it, yeah.
And all the mega rock stars that we look up to have proven, yes, that they wrote great music being high on this stuff.
Well, but
they also say no. Like
but
now
they're saying no now because they survived.
Yeah, so
they went through 8 turns of rehab.
I like to think of it as I've learned from their mistakes, so forth. Let's just say I did all that. I do party, but yeah, I don't like being around any of that stuff. But so for weed to be legalized, yeah, why not? It's just like drinking.
But I don't think what people are understanding is the main reason that marijuana is being legalized is for its medical use. And when people are using it for its medical use, it's not because it gets you high.
Mm-hmm.
They can actually separate the strains.
Yeah.
And it can actually be used for its nutritional value.
True.
As opposed to its THC levels.
Yeah.
And those can be changed. Children, when they use and take marijuana, supplements or juice it or however, they're not getting high. No. They're getting the benefits of, I think they're called CBC strains.
Oh, really?
So there's a lot of ignorance in the legalization of this drug.
Yeah.
Because it's not just to get high. There's a lot of other really, really, truly great uses for this product.
See, now I'm one of those ignorant people.
Because you've been told all your life that it's a drug.
I also know that I was told it was a bad drug.
Well,
but I know it helps medically. But I'm
it also can be used as a form of paper. I mean, it's the timber industry is what
shit. Alcohol is if used right is good for the heart and the blood too and stuff like that.
That's like red wine. But I mean, alcohol like grain alcohol is actually much more detrimental to your health than cannabis or marijuana ever is. And that's not speaking as a pothead. That's speaking as somebody who knows how to read.
Yes. Research.
So it's not propaganda. It's actual research.
Yeah.
You know.
So I'm actually very down for it.
I think it'll be great. It'll bring great money into this city. Hopefully they'll do the exact same thing they did with Colorado. It will go into the school system. And our school system is one of the worst in the nation.
Yes.
It's like the last 7.
Ew.
Like, no, we're horrible. So it'd be cool if that could benefit our county, our community, by just, allowing people to grow some weed.
All you need is a bag of weed. I don't know the rest. That's awesome. So, yeah, from the 90s to weed, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start wrapping this up because we're getting to that 20-minute mark.
And plus,
but I want to
pretty
talk
much
about
exhausted.
Yeah, she needs to rest.
I
do want to talk about that week from today, Sunday, the 30th.
30th, yeah.
Will be Kiss Monster Mini Golf's second birthday.
Second anniversary.
Second anniversary. So I will be down there as Paul Stanley for most of the day. So
he will be in his 10-inch stiletto boots.
7-inch leather heels and going to all of the shows. So yes, please come down.
Bring
Check
the
it out.
kids.
Bring the kids. It'd be a fun little thing, a little shebang for all the
You can
chitlins.
take your photo with Skokie as Paul Stanley.
Please, people. People have been wanting this and talking about it. I have friends saying, yes, when are you going to do this next?
We are now giving it to you.
Yes. Please just come on down for free. Take photo. I don't charge for photos, people.
Hey, you know what, though? Tips never hurt.
Tips never hurt. Well, thank you, everybody, for attending this episode of The G-Spot. I'm Skokie G.
I'm Slade Vegas.
We're going to end it with a song called Twist of Fate that I recorded with a group called Phil Jaden. We played some stuff before, but here we go. Thank you all very much. Have a happy Sunday.
Toodles.
Enjoy your week.
If I fall away, you take me to your heart. If I fall awake, I will set your